Imagine sailing through the vast Pacific Ocean and stumbling upon an island so remote. It's surrounded by over 2,000 kilometers of nothing but endless water. As you get closer, a chilling sight awaits. Hundreds of towering stone statues with sunken eyes, each silently staring deep into the island as if guarding a haunting secret. Who built these monoliths? Why are they buried waist deep in the earth? And how did an ancient civilization vanish without a trace? This is not fiction. This is Easter Island, the world's most mysterious land. And its secrets? They're darker, deeper, and more tragic than you ever imagined. Far out in the heart of the South Pacific lies a small, triangular island barely visible on most maps. An island with no neighbors for over 2,000 kilometers in any direction. But don't be fooled by its size. This sliver of land, known as Easter Island, harbors one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. When Dutch explorer Jacob Roggeveen first set foot on the island on April 5, 1722, he and his crew were stunned. Dotting the landscape were massive stone figures, each standing over 8 meters tall, carved with haunting precision and buried waist deep into the ground. Some wore redstone hats, others bore engravings of unknown symbols, but all faced inward, gazing toward the center of the island, as if guarding something long forgotten. Scientists believe these statues, called Moai, were built by early Polynesians who settled the island around 800 AD. Over centuries, they developed a thriving culture, erecting these giants for religious ceremonies and clan prestige. But something went horribly wrong. Deforestation, overpopulation, and war eventually shattered this isolated society. Forests were wiped out, resources vanished, and the once harmonious tribes descended into chaos. The project to build the Moai stopped abruptly. Many statues still lie unfinished in quarries. When outsiders finally arrived, disease and enslavement sealed the islanders' fate. Easter Island is more than a mystery. It's a warning from history. What brought down this powerful civilization? And what secrets still lie buried beneath the soil? On the earth we live in, there is an extremely mysterious island. Not only is there no land within 2,000 kilometers, but there are also stone statues spread over 800 square kilometers on this isolated island. This is the most mysterious island in the world. What kind of secrets does it have? On April 5, 1722, Dutch explorer Roggeveen first discovered the small island in the South Pacific. The island is shaped like a triangle, with a total area of about 163 square kilometers. Since it happened to be a festival that day, the crew named it Easter Island. However, when they approached by boat, they saw a strange scene that could never be described in a lifetime. On the coast and hillsides, there were rows of huge stone men, as if they were cursed by some unknown power. It was not until they got closer that they found each stone statue was more than 8 meters tall, with sunken eyes, distinct chins, and some statues even adorned with pearls. What is even more puzzling is that on the back of each statue there is a unique, mysterious pattern engraved, and all of them are looking deep into the island. So which civilization built these ancient stone carvings? What was the purpose of their creation? Since there is no written record, the early history of the island has only been verified through textual research. However, scientists have conducted experiments using the radioactive determination method. The results indicate that the earliest humans appeared on the island probably around 800 AD. At that time, some brave Indonesian people, in order to change their homeland, started exploring the Pacific Ocean and lived an isolated life after discovering the island of Hue. As the population continued to increase, the social structure became more complex. The island was divided into many clans and territories, each with its own domain. In order to carry out religious ceremonies, they began to build a large number of altars and giant stone statues. Each one was carefully decorated with volcanic colors, and some even wore red hats on their heads. But around 1650, the project suddenly came to a halt, leaving scientists puzzled. Later, based on the analysis of pollen and sedimentary rocks, scientists theorized that the real cause was environmental degradation. Around 1000 AD, to open up plantations for food crops and to have space for erecting stone statues, they began to cut down forests on a large scale. In addition, with no natural predators, rats quickly proliferated and devoured the seeds, causing trees to lose their ability to germinate. By the year 1500, the environmental strain combined with the collapse of social structures led to wars between various communities. A large number of unfinished stone structures were abandoned in quarries and on hillsides. After examining these statues, scientists found that all had complete upper bodies, while their lower bodies were buried deep underground. How were these massive statues, over 10 meters long and weighing more than 100 tons, transported thousands of years ago? Theories include the rolling log transportation theory, the turquoise law, and the walking theory. But even today, there is no definitive answer. During detailed studies, scientists also discovered wooden boards full of strange patterns around the statues. These complex patterns were probably the writings of the priests at the time, holding profound meanings. Yet why did such a mysterious and powerful civilization vanish? According to modern scientists, after the island's discovery in 1722, foreign civilizations arrived armed with advanced guns and artillery. They enslaved the local people and introduced smallpox, devastating the native population. By then, the island's original society had almost been entirely displaced. If you found this story as haunting and fascinating as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below with your theories. What do you think the statues were really meant for? And remember, every forgotten tale deserves to be told. Help us bring more stories like this to life by hitting that bell icon for future episodes.